Clash of the Titans, two rifles, Vepr and Daniel Defense M4. Let me start with the Vepr, the action episode. This time we were working on the barrel and the things connected to the barrel, but let me start first with the Vepr. As you can see, the Vepr was slightly modified. I did modify the stock adapter from our friends from Definitive Arms to fit the M4 stock, and the reason behind it is because later down the line we going to do much more with those rifles and optics, and I want to give the equal chance, equal opportunity for the Vepr, and you know, it shouldn't be discriminated because of the stupid polymer stock, which is standard on that rifle, but it's not very good for the optics, as we all know. Besides, we have like $500 difference gap between the Vepr and the Daniel Defense, so we can spend some money on the Vepr and upgrade the Vepr. But enough with the bullshit talk. What we did today, this is a very cool test, guys. And I think so that a lot of you were saying that this test will actually favor the Vepr because of the heavy barrel. So what we're doing, we're shooting a group of 5 shots from the 25 yards, and then we're doing the magazine dump, and not magazine but 4 magazines dump. I checked the temperatures. I think so the hottest point was on the gas block for the Vepr, and it was close to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. But this was the first group. As you can see, the group is impressive. All I'm looking is for the center of the group, and then the shift, point of impact shift after warming up the rifle. And as I said, in this case we got today only 55 degrees Fahrenheit outside temperature, but the barrel warm up after four magazines to like 400 degrees. And this was the first group before the warm-up, and this is the second group after the warm-up. So as you can see, there is almost no point of impact shift. So Vepr did very nice in this test, and as expected, this is the benefit of having that heavy barrel, and that heavy barrel benefits the Vepr in this you know, punch out, shootout. Still, I was kind of surprised. I mean, I know that we are reaching the 400 and 450, depends on the ambient temperature, but that rifle warm up after those 4 magazines. We had the one malfunction, but it was absolutely not the Vepr's fault. The primer fallout from the Wolf ammo. So this is not the rifle's fault, okay, whatever happened there. But it happened, and it's documented, and you can see the picture. Absolutely weird, but you know, the Wolf ammo is Wolf ammo. I will leave it at that. Then we switched to Daniel Defense M4 V11 lightweight. And a lot of you were saying that this is where this rifle is going to get punished. As you can see, I put on it the iron sights. I didn't want to use optic on any of those rifles for now, for this test, because you know, I don't want to be blaming optic on the heat or whatever. So we stick to the iron sights, and these are Troy iron sights. So if you want to calculate the cost, yes, it's almost $150 more now on the Daniel Defense. So this thing is just keep throwing the money at it. All joking aside, let's look at the target from Daniel Defense, guys. This was the target from Daniel Defense, and as you can see, this was the first group. And then after the 4 magazines dump, we had the shift by, I would say, by 1 inch down. So this is the 25 yards, and you gotta multiply this now by 4 if you will be at the 100. So you will have probably around 4 inches, more or less 4 inches shift at the 100 yards when you will do the 4 magazines dumps in a row. What was really interesting, this rifle didn't warm up as much as AK. We were way below 400. We were in the upper 300s. That was the barrel part right here, and that was kind of interesting to see that actually, we didn't warm up as much as we did on the Vepr. Now, interesting thing, guys. We took both rifles to see so-called combat accuracy, okay? Iron sights at 300 yards distance, and on 10 shots with the AR, with those iron sights, 10 hits. Really nothing exciting to report. The rifle shot very, very well, and all hits landed on target. One thing what I forgot to say, we had two malfunctions when doing the barrel test, original barrel test. Again, it was a problem with the ammo. It was a light primer strikes. But then, absolutely nothing. So maybe because the rifles were still new, maybe they both had some issues. We'll forget about it. But going back to shooting at 300 yards, 10 for 10. No issues with wind. We have a wind today, and no issues from Daniel Defense. It performed as it should, so that was nice to see. Now let me talk about the Vepr and 300 yards. So I made the 10 shots almost immediately. I switched to the Vepr and started placing shots on target, and all shots landed on the right side. When I went and checked the target, I had 3 misses, and let me tell you this, guys, I'm no stranger of shooting AK at 300 yards, so for me this was disappointing to have only 7 hits. The thing is, as you can see, the hits were placing constantly on the right side, and the misses went to the right side. And the reason for this is, from where I was shooting, there wasn't that much of the wind, but on the targets, I had the wind from left to right. I had no optic, and I couldn't see that there is some movement. I assumed I have the wind. I didn't make a correction. When I shot with the correction, you can see I was able to place the targets, in the middle of the target, and do the nice grouping. But first group counts, and what happened, 10 shots, 7 hits, 3 misses. So it is what it is. This just shows you how that 7.62 by 39 round, guys, is prone to wind, and you have to, I keep preaching this, when you're shooting that caliber, you have to watch out, especially when you're shooting at that extended range. Farther you go, more punished by wind you will be, and this was basically the case. But that's it for this episode. As you can see what the Daniel Defense can do as far as the barrel when it's heat up, and what the Vepr and what impact of heat does or does not have on the Vepr. Both rifles are going strong. So far we have managed to log almost 500 rounds per each. I think it was like 470 and 485, a little bit more on the Vepr, but I'll call this almost 500 rounds. And with the initial hiccups at the beginning, nothing else happened. Both rifles are going strong. So that's it for this episode. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned to the Clash of the Titans series. Thanks for watching.